Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we just finished our civil war, and you know what that means. It's time to build our legion again. Well, we'll get started on that anyway. We can have up to 25 units now in our legion, so that's nice. I'm going to add one cohort of war elephant, one cohort of supply train, engineer. We're going to go for heavy infantry, pikemen, and archer for now. Okay, so we'll confirm those changes. That will be all of our existing manpower, and that will get this started. We've got a long ways to go on it, obviously, but we can get them drilling for the time being, although they do need a commander, and there is not currently a commander available. Really? Oh, we have to do it via this. That's right. So this guy would be fine, I'm sure. Under scrutiny, huh? Okay. Well, we're going to get drilling over here once this guy becomes the commander. There we go. And we're going to continue to embiggen this legion. That is going to be necessary. And he's disloyal. Where are you going? Why are you disloyal instantly? 31, huh? Due to power base, probably? Tyranny and low faction approval. Major power, yeah, but power base in the country as well as a little bit. Deceitful, scorned family. Really, you're a scorned family? So you are. Okay, well, we could potentially do something about that. The Wen family is scorned, huh? Why is that not showing up here? That's interesting. We're going to put them in here. There's now a civil war brewing, but that's okay. He's not going to last for too much longer, to be honest. So this guy is just running off over here for no reason. He's disloyal and pursues his own agenda, which is apparently to go stand in the woods. I don't know. I have no explanation for this behavior. Well, there's not really too much we can do about him. We would like to bribe him, but we don't have enough in our personal coffers. So for right now, that's okay. Now we're going to have to go around and delete some forts. I'm going to get rid of this one, for sure. This fort needs to be gotten rid of. It's going to be expensive to keep around. And these two I think we'll keep. This one is okay. This one's okay. Yeah, for now that should be fine. Cool. So our tyranny is definitely going to be dropping. Dropping our tyranny is a good thing at this point. Our tyranny is very, very high. And that would be great. He's at 31.5 right now. I'm going to try to make friends with him. We do have that civil war brewing up again. It's only 19% of the power base this time, rather than the, 50% it was before. But this should be fine. A few bribes and some thugs will, I'm sure, solve this. But actually, it's beneath us. I don't want that tyranny. We have a lot of tyranny right now, and having our tyranny drop would be good. Losing some political influence here is okay. We're fine with that. In Panay, that is well set up. In Barus, that is good to go. In Lemuri, that is good to go for now as well. Only a tiger is sure to win him over. Indeed. So we need to head over to our city here, which is intended to be a research city, but I believe it got messed up a little bit. We'll put in a noble district here for right now. And how are we doing on our research efficiency? Our research efficiency is actually absolutely fine. He declined to become our friend. That's rude. That's very rude. Well, how much does it matter? Mostly the problem is this civil war brewing, right? We really don't want to deal with another civil war. And I'm actually going to come in and cancel that noble district because I would rather put that money up over here where we currently have a foundry and we need to have some mills. So we'll get a mill going up here. That'll be fine. Okay, so this guy's opinion of us will eventually go up. Mostly it's the low faction approval. What faction is he part of? He is part of the traditionalists? Okay. So let's take a quick look at what we've got going on in our Senate right now. The Democrats currently have the majority. They want us to pass anti-piracy statutes. That's probably something that we can do. Everybody would like it. We would gain tyranny because we have less than 51% Senate support, but we will gain a bunch of support from that. Do it. Okay, so that's anti-piracy statutes. And he is actually, I believe, no longer rebellious. Perfect. So we're going to move him back up over here. And at this point, 19.71%, we'll see if that updates. That's mostly due to the tyranny. Getting our tyranny down would be really, really good. No doubt about that. Move to neighboring territories. We'll pay for the shortages to be eased. That'll do. Okay, so that got rid of that. And the Democrat approval has been met. So we now have support in the Senate. That looks good. And we are arriving in Panay. We're going to drill this army. We have 1,380 manpower right now. So I definitely want to continue to enlarge our setup here. I'm going to add 3 cohorts of War Elephant, but we're going to have to wait for the month tick for that. And that's absolutely fine. So 3 cohorts of War Elephant so we can have our flanks set up correctly. 6 stability for 10 political influence. Honestly, I'm going to do it. Stability is good here. Okay, so let's get those elephants in. I want the elephants to be on the flanks, archers, and then heavy infantry here. Cool. And again, we're going to have the pikemen and heavy infantry at about a 2-to-1 ratio, so 2 heavy infantry for every pikeman. Thereabouts. So we should be at 3 archers, and we should be at 2 heavy infantry right now. Barbarians have risen in the Sumatra Mountains. Okay, we're going to stop drilling, and where are they? They are out over here. We're going to use our shiny new legion on them. In before it gets instantly stack wiped again somehow. That would be very awkward indeed. Very, very awkward indeed. So what are we currently spending our money on? Mostly army maintenance. So, I mean, these guys are expensive. That's not shocking. Especially since there's so many war elephants. War elephants are very expensive, but we're not planning on having more than the 4 war elephants for right now. So we're going to head in over here. I want to continue to chase them. We maybe should have gone by sea in retrospect, but I'm sure it's okay. So we had our martial advances advance. That is great. Next, what do we want to go for here? If I recall correctly, we were working in the religious advances towards our national population growth. And let's take encouragement of migration for right now. That'll be good. So we're slowly pursuing these barbarians. It is very slow to get around our territory, no doubt about that. We would love to build roads, but roads are expensive, and we have a lot of things that need to be built. Like a crazy amount of things that need to be built. I would like to get another mill set up here. What else would we need here? We've got 4 tax offices, so just the 2 mills. Okay, that sounds great. So these cost 156.8 each. Yeah. So they're actually outrunning us here by a pretty significant margin. They were able to siege this down and get out before we arrived here. I guess we'll just continue to chase them. We'll get them eventually. Unnoticeable? Sure. So, I mean, they do siege very quickly, right? And we are not moving very fast. That said, I think we're going to catch them here. So that should be good. But yeah, we definitely need to get some roads built. There's no doubt about that. We need at least 10 subunits in order to do that, and we have 9 here. So we definitely need to enlarge our legion a little bit before we can start building roads. The question is, are we ready to start building roads? And I think the answer to that is probably not. I want to build a mill here, for sure. And where are you retreating to? You're retreating down here? Yeah, that's fine. We'll go get you. Fantastic. So we should be able to stack wipe them here without any major issues. We definitely want to be increasing our income across the board, but we also want to be enlarging our legion. That will all be very useful. So the barbarians are gone. We're going to head back into our capital for right now. Looks good. And we'll be able to get our final mill up over here fairly soon. We do have the ability to call down an omen, and I think I'm wondering right now about what the province loyalty is up here. Going down by 0.31 per month. Okay. That's a lot, to be honest. We're on wealth acquisition here. We should probably go over to religious conversion for the time being. Minus 0.29. Let's go to religious conversion here as well. This is at 100 and going up. I'm going to put this onto cultural assimilation. We're probably better off on religious conversion, but I want to see how that goes for now. This is all on religious conversion up over here. That looks good. This could definitely go to religious conversion. We are 100% here, so we should be on cultural assimilation here. This could be on either. This should probably be on cultural assimilation. Down here, I think cultural assimilation. Actually, we can be on wealth creation here. That's fine. Wealth creation here and here. Yeah, those look good. Okay, so what do we actually want to choose here? I'm going to go for Jenglot for slaves for surplus and hope that we end up getting some actual surplus out of it. I don't know that we will, but I don't know that we won't either. So we're going to get our second mill built here in Sashina, and we want to do the same thing in each of these, right? So we want to get those constructed. The ports here are going to be deleted, and we've got 2 commercial districts in each of these as well. Those are going to need to go away. Okay, this guy's being a jerk again. Noted. We would love to do something about this. And really what we'd need to do is bribe him, but we don't have 100 gold in our personal coffers. And why don't we? Shouldn't we by now? I would think we would. We need to go to our government here. So that's this guy. He's got negative 12. Okay. 300 gold? We're going to ignore their whining. It's just the oligarchs. I'm sure they'll be fine. So we're heading down over here. This guy being disloyal is actually a significant problem. I probably should have replaced him when he became loyal. Probably. He's at 30.36 right now, and we could bring him to trial. We have a standard chance of success. But that would be tyranny. We can try to make friends with him again, and that's what we'll try. He really wants to go stand in the jungle out over here and do absolutely nothing. Okay, I don't know why he wants to do that, but whatever. If that's what he wants to do, it's okay. So we're going to buy a gladiator and gift him on over. Looks good. So we've already got a foundry here. We should probably prioritize a foundry here. That would be pretty decent. Of course, we're also trying to get done with this mission, right? Settle Moon was already bypassed. Okay, I feel like that should have been completed. But whatever. So this whole thing was actually bypassed. Presumably because of that civil war. Okay. That's really unfortunate. I assume that's because of the Civil War. Well, I guess it's fine. We're just going to want to develop these eventually anyway. So we can see that that Civil War is definitely brewing up. But that is all to do with this guy. And if we manage to make friends with him, wonderful. We'll see what happens here. Does he have loyal veterans right now? Not really. We're going to give him 250 gold of our personal wealth, and hopefully he doesn't spurn our advances this time. We'll see what he does. And he was spurned. We were spurned. Okay. So the Wen family is upset. They only have 1 out of the 2 jobs that they want. I suppose we could go in here and see if we could put somebody in. Like this guy. Okay, they still consider themselves scorned. Actually, none of these counted. It's a different Wen. So we want to put, like, C-Wen in there. Gotcha. That would be why they're not showing up as being a scorned family. Yeah, it's different. Okay, we'll put him in there. does that boost up this guy's loyalty at all? Actually, yes, it does. He is now loyal, and I kind of want to remove him. So I'm going to replace him with this guy. Now, that doesn't really fix the problem, but he's a member of the C family, and he's much more likely to remain loyal, right? Now what we need to do is we need to give Kenjiang Wen a different job. So what do we want to give him? Well, we could have him head into, I don't know, maybe like this? He's skill 7. That's okay. Sure, that'll be fine. So now that civil war is not brewing up. That is very, very good. We're going to head up over here. Oligarchic concession, huh? It's okay. It's only 10 political influence. We'll do it for now. So I do want to continue to enlarge this legion. And these are currently loyal to Kenjiang Wen, which is interesting, but that's fine. It's not very relevant. So what we want to do right now is we want to add in a unit of heavy infantry. Then I want to add in 2 units of archers. And that's it for now. So that gets us that front line, in theory. So that's now 6k units, and I want them... Yeah, supply limit here is 91. It should be absolutely fine. We're going to have them start drilling here. Perfect. Our religious advances have advanced, so that would allow us to grab, say, mass pewter production. Integrated culture happiness plus 2% is pretty good. And then we can move down to bread stamp. So that would be great. And then beyond that, what else are we interested in over here for now? I feel like that's kind of all we need for the moment. So that'll be fine. I do want to get our Legion maxed out. That would be ideal. We'll see what ends up happening with that one. I do want to hop up to this area up here. We absolutely want to get a foundry building here. So that'll be 313.6 gold. That's fine. We want to continue to make a bunch of gold. How are we doing on population here? We don't have all that much pop over this way. So that is absolutely noted. There is a fair amount of pop here. And of course, this is a city as well. There's nothing built here. It produces elephants. Honestly, that's pretty good. Barbarians have risen up over here, so we're going to stop drilling and we're going to embark. We're going to head on over this way. They're heading into Patani. So we're going to sail on around. Looks good. And we can enact a decision, but we're not going to do any of those. That'll be fine. Cool. So obviously our income needs to come up, right? We're working on that. That is going to be very important. We're going to have a very hard time sustaining our Legion on our current income levels. So really, we're mostly concerned... Okay, more barbarians up over here. That's fine. Let's just drop our fleet here then, because they're going to be going here. And we'll disembark right up over here. There we go. And then we'll chase these guys down. We'll see where they're going. Unfortunately, they finished their siege here. It's not great. Okay, more barbarians down south here. That is noted. Okay, so these are stack wiped, and we're going to head up over here now. We're going to have our fleet stay nearby. They have not started moving yet. So I think we're going to catch them, most likely. They're actually moving back into Patani. Perfect. In that case, we'll fight them here. And yes, these barbarians are going to need to be dealt with. No doubt about that. That was not a stack wipe, so we're going to have to chase them up over here. Which, of course, means our fleet is going to have to move up. That's fine. A particularly rotten herring, huh? Okay. So that seems absolutely fine. We're going to stack wipe these barbarians, then we're going to sail over and deal with these guys. Barbarians are jerks. No doubt about that. That was not a stack wipe. So they're going here, in which case we should sail all the way around. It'll take us a bit, but that will save us a lot of sailing time later. So that's fine. That was not a stack wipe. Okay. We're going to go back up over here. Eventually, we'll stack wipe these. Eventually. Of course, we only have 6k here. That was a stack wipe. Fantastic. So we're going to come down over here to the port, and we'll meet our ships there. So we can grab, say, build cost and build time reduction. That seems good. And we can utilize that immediately to build a foundry. Excellent. We absolutely do want to be making more money, and that is very, very important. So they're heading down over this way? Sure. Our navy will be arriving shortly, and we'll embark our army and sail on over here. Alternatively, we should maybe sail up into this river. That would allow us to get here, basically right away. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Since we can sail into rivers, I think we should. Yeah, they're going here anyway. Perfect. So we're just going to arrive down over here shortly. Need to get through the sea zone, and in we go. Perfect. So these barbarians are going to continue to exist for a little bit, unfortunately. We're not happy about that, of course, but it's fine. They're probably not going to get stack wiped here. Yep, absolutely not. We don't have a very good front line right now, right? And we're on shock action, which does make a lot of sense, I think. Yeah, shock action definitely makes a lot of sense there. We're primarily war elephant at this point, and that's not necessarily ideal. Okay, that was a stack wipe. Perfect. So back to the capital we go. And we can definitely enlarge our legion if we wanted to. But we don't have the ability to enlarge our legion by 3s, and I kind of do want to do it by 3s. We should, however, get an extra unit of supply train and engineer because we'll be up over 20. So let's do that right now. It's going to be expensive. Ah, we reinforced. Right. Okay. Yep, go ahead and do that. So there we go. We've got the supply train. We've got the engineers. That'll be fine. We're just going to position them right up over here, and we're going to drill. Perfect. So back up over this direction, Thashana is now finished. What do we need here? Well, we definitely need a mill. Let's get that put in. That'll be good. Barbarians? Up over here. 12k barbarians. That's a lot of barbarians. That's a whole lot of barbarians. It'll be fewer barbarians by the time we get there. So let's just sail our way up over here, and we'll see what ends up happening with that. Washed out roads, 103 gold. Yikes. That is not ideal. But it's okay. Still going to be working on this mill. The mill is going to generate us gold eventually. Okay, we ended up strong-arming. That's not ideal, but it'll do. Unfortunate that we instantly got a pauper event, but whatever. It's fine. So we're going to want to build a mill here as soon as we can. Senatorial resistance, huh? I don't want to gain the tyranny, honestly. We'll just lose the approval. Democrats are now in control, giving us citizen output. Okay. So we do want to put somebody in here. It would be Tybo here. He's skill 10. These guys are just kind of chilling over here. Noted. Party agenda. Yes, do it. Make some people angry. We'll see what happens. We can grab ourselves our focus, and we should, of course, go civic focus. Because of the way that this ends up working, changing yearly, we're never going to get very far into the civic focus. So there is that. Now, they are very likely to be able to defeat us at this point, even with being primarily archers. So there's that. They're coming towards us right now in Basak. And we're going to let them finish that. Okay. So they're at 12k right now. Hypothetically. It's very likely that we'll win. I mean, they do have 10 units of archers that we can just trample with our elephants. And our pikemen do counter their chariots somewhat. They have a stronger army, but we have a better commander with higher morale and better quality. Let's see if it's right. This is a significant numerical disparity. Let's see how right this is. It's pretty right. Okay. We don't even need good rolls. Our war elephants are just doing work. At least until our war elephants are defeated. Now the numbers are coming into play. Even with a good roll, that's not going so well. Okay. Sure. We were defeated and are retreating this way. We did kill a bunch of them, though. So that was intriguing. So we were doing extraordinarily well until we weren't. So the problem there was just numbers, right? Our troop composition was good, and our troop count wasn't. That's what that comes down to. I'm going to move our fleet up over here. We need a new martial researcher, and that's going to be this guy. And these are retreating quite a long ways, so it's going to take some time. They are going to need to eat up a lot of manpower to get that dealt with. But the Barbarians did lose quite a lot of strength. They did just replenish a little strength, so that's noted. For the time being, I would kind of rather add into our Legion than let them reinforce. What I mean by that is I want to add a unit of pikemen. And yes, I know that they're locked in right now. I want to add in a unit of pikemen, and I want to add in 2 units of heavy infantry. And then we're going to need to add 3 units of archers, but that'll be a later sort of thing. So something like this. There we go. So that immediately reinforces, and we can start building up. We're going to need to add in 3 additional archer units. But that's going to cost 1,500 manpower, and we're not going to have 1,500 manpower anytime soon. So these barbarians have recovered up to 11.2k. That's very rude. Very, very rude indeed, but we are going to turn these lads around now and start heading back over here. So how many forces? 17 cohorts? Noted. That's going to be a lot of manpower. No doubt about that. There's no proof. We're not going to gain the tyranny. We have a lot of tyranny right now, and it is a problem for us. We need 3,000 men, and of those, 121 are returning per month. I mean, our manpower gains have definitely come up. There's no doubt about that. This is slightly better. Emphasis on slightly. And I want to come down over this direction and build a mill. We can actually build a second mill. I'm going to build these 2 simultaneously. There we go. So we're just going to head on down and eventually deal with these barbarians, but it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to see if we can take out these barbarians eventually. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.